Hi, my name's Emily. I chose to do my parents' backyard as my spot for this project. I chose that just because of mostly the convenience, but it's also somewhere that I spend a lot of time. I really love being in my parents' backyard. It's very calming. There's plants outlining the fence, and then there's two big maple trees on either side of our large patio, and fire pit is kind of right in the middle of the patio. So it's really nice to be out there on any day, cold, warm, anything that you can think of. It's really nice to just be able to sit out there and relax. So the first couple weeks that I was out there, it was still pretty warm. It was mid-September, early October, and we were having really great weather. And so I was really able to sit outside and enjoy the sun. I was able to run around and play with our puppies and just do fun things outside that, we do every day, but I was also able to look around and, notice the small things changing. You could see the leaves kind of starting to change colors. Most of everything was still green, but the plants were losing buds. They were becoming more greenery than anything else, and it was really kind of different to notice things like that, especially in a place that I am at all the time. It's kind of shocking that I've never really picked up on the small things that change, especially in how quickly they change. It was really nice to just be able to sit outside and relax, which I do often there, but it was a different type of relaxing when I was able to do this project. I was able to sit outside mostly on the sunny days to begin with, but I also caught a rainy day, which was really nice because I was able to just kind of curl up and listen to the rain, which is very soothing, and I think that many of us forget that rainy days can also be good. I think that that's one of the things that I would miss about Nebraska, as much as we complain about the weather changes and everything that happens here when it can be sunny and 90 one day and snowing the next. But obviously that's not totally true, but we exaggerate that here sometimes, and I think that it's something that I would miss if I lived elsewhere, just because I like the variation in weather. I think that I would get bored if it was always sunny, or if it was always rainy, or always cold, or always hot. And so I think that this project actually kind of made me realize that, and I think that I'll complain a little bit less about the weather changing. And I also think that I really learned a lot through this project, just because I've never really thought about nature in the sense of my parents' backyard. When I think of nature, I think of forests or lakes and things like that, but really nature is all around us, and I think that it's important that we realize that. I think that Genesis was one of the things that was most eye-opening for me, just because it talks about how God created this planet for us and entrusted it to us. And I think that we've definitely taken advantage of that, and that we do feel like we have reign over all other living things on the planet, even when we don't necessarily have that. Yes, we are probably the most powerful, but I think that we also need to remember that it's our job to take care of the other living things here, and it's not our job to rule over the other things living here. I think that a lot of this project has also helped me realize, just within the global warming spectrum, from Green Discipleship and also the couple movies that we saw, I think that it's really important for us to think about those things and to look into the little things that we can do every day, because I think that most of us see green lifestyles as a big change, when really it's just a matter of doing small little things every day. Because if everybody did a small little thing every day, together we could be doing big things. And so overall, I think this project was really great for me. I loved being able to sit in my parents' backyard. I think that my favorite experience was actually one day. It was nice. It was just, the sun was just coming up, and I was able to sit out on the back deck and drink a cup of coffee waiting for my mom, and it was just breathtakingly beautiful. the sun was, lighting up the sky, just starting to come up. It was pink and orange and purple and all the pretty colors, and I was able to sit there and just really take everything in. And in moments like that, you kind of realize that you're not alone. And I think that that was really eye-opening for me, because I didn't feel like I was alone in that moment, even though I was physically alone. And I feel like we all should feel something like that when we're in nature. And I think that, you're obviously never alone when you're in nature, because there's always another living thing around you. And that's an important lesson to learn, and I think that this project has really taught me that. I am very surprised at how much I liked doing this project, and I really think that I'll utilize it and continue to go to my parents' backyard just as a stress reliever and something to do when I am just feeling overwhelmed and stressed in my day-to-day life. And I'll also be sure to kind of take those small steps and maybe just start by recycling or walking that little bit instead of getting in my car and driving. And I hope that you all enjoy this presentation.